name is Claire and I'm passionate about developing children's confidence and psychological resilience. As we know, children of all ages learn best through play. So I think Forest School, with its focus on risky play and child-led play, is a great place to start. I'm going to explain today why Forest School offers an important opportunity to reintroduce play opportunities that our generation may have taken for granted. A generation ago, children had different play opportunities. Nowadays, there are structured after-school activities and formal play days. But in my generation, we were free to roam, to play for hours on end until we were called in for a tea. And this has a psychological impact. So children who are playing amongst themselves for long, extended periods of time resolve disputes themselves. So they learn really key critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which are essential for life. The other thing that happens is children choose what sort of play they want to engage in, and they engage in it freely without adult supervision and without praise or external influence. What that means is children develop what we call an internal locus of control. This is really important for self-esteem. So if I have an internal locus of control, I believe that I have agency and influence over my life and my happiness. And that sets me up for life in a very different way.
So one of the questions I'm often asked is, why is risk important in play? Or why do we introduce risk into play? And there's so many reasons for it. First and foremost, it's exhilarating and it's fun. It teaches our kids to think on their feet and to strive to do more. When we can facilitate risk in play, it instills in our kids a sense of mastery and belief. And ultimately, they get exposed to a little bit of stress and they learn to tolerate stress in a safe environment, which will stand to them long term. This is particularly important when it comes to girls, because unfortunately society facilitates boys to take risk a little bit more. But when it comes to girls, we have the tendency to rush in and try to protect them. And we need to, level this playing field.
Sounds great. I love it. To be honest, it doesn't sound like school. I think we need a bit more explanation. Claire!
So what is Forest School? It is a holistic education in a woodland setting, and there are trained practitioners. It takes place over a long, extended period of time, and the children are generally age range from 3 to 12 years. A massive part of the focus is on play that involves risk and challenge, and that stimulates that sense of excitement and fun for children. Now, there's also choice in all the play. So in any Forest School, you see lots of different activities occurring simultaneously, and the child is free to choose what to engage in. And what this means, that kind of self-directed activity fosters that sense of cognitive, emotional and social development we want in our children.
I think Forest School is a good idea because kids get to learn lifelong skills and get to be outside.
I like Forest School because it's fun and really challenging, and you get outside and get movement in.
My favourite thing is kind of just like running around. I just kind of like running up and down and exploring around.
I think Forest School is a good idea because it's really outdoors, and usually in school we stay inside.
So what does a Forest School session look like? Well, in a Forest School, there are lots of elements. So you will see play that involves heights, such as climbing, speed, such as running down hills, rough and tumble play, such as fencing with twigs and sticks, den building, foraging. There will be bushcraft and games and campfire stories. So a real variety in the play that encapsulates fun and excitement for each individual child.
I don't want to get a splinter. Is it safe? I don't want to get a nettle sting. Is it safe?
I don't want to get attacked by a grizzly bear. Is it safe? If only we had an expert.
When we talk about risk, we obviously need to talk about safety. So the best way to manage safety is both information and prevention. So for example, if we were setting up Forest School here today, we would have checked the safety of the site. We would have looked into the weather. We would have checked our tools and our equipment and make sure everything is safe and ready for the kids to use. Our forest leaders and instructors would teach the kids how to use these risky tools in a safe manner. And that again will mitigate risk long term. One of the statistics that I've heard recently is that something like 40% of Irish kids have never climbed a tree. We need to change statistics like this because safety concerns should not hold our kids back from taking risk, taking on challenges. We know that ultimately they will thrive and grow from this exposure to risky play.
Play is directly linked to children's happiness and emotional well-being. For our school, with its opportunity for real play in a real setting, provides a real opportunity to develop that emotional well-being we want for our children.